So in this lesson, we discussed how the fibers are synthesized and different types of synthetic fibers. The example we discussed rayon and nylon, okay, where rayon is a substitute of silk fabric and the nylon, like the cotton, those are the completely a fully synthesized fabric is nylon. Here, no natural fibers are used while making the nylon fabric. Okay. So here, I just presenting PDF your textbook. We'll go to that points, whatever we discussing today, and later, after completing that, we'll move to the plastic. And plastic we discussed in the yesterday class, where plastics are also polymers. And here, these plastics are arrange the unit polymer. We know that the number of units are going to arranged in a chain-like structure. Okay, so there these chain-like also example we study PVC is a one of the best. The plastic which is a polythene bags and PVC. What is this PVC? Polyvinyl chloride. Yesterday I asked you what is the full form of PVC. What is that? PVC is what? Polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride. We have heard this PVC pipes and all those. Those are made up of. Those are also polythene. Poly plus ethene. And here the structural formula of this polythene is the structural formula. What is that polythene? The formula is polyethylene, right? Here it is C2H4. And here we know that all the polymers we are representing with n number of units are there. That's why it is going to represent as n. Synthetic fibers and plastic. In that plastic we were discussing. So PVC and polythene. So PVC is what? Polyvinyl chloride and polythene. The structure how we are going to write C2H4N. So here N is indicates the N number of chain structures are there. That's the reason polymers. Poly means many. Mer means unit. The many number of units are going to form a structure. That's the reason here we are going to represent as N numbers. And the melting point of this polythene is melting point. Melting point of this polythene is it is 115 degree to 135 degrees Celsius. And in Fahrenheit scale, it is of about 239 to 275 degree Fahrenheit. And in terms of Kelvin, it is 388 to 408 Kelvin. In different scales, the range is given. Here, the melting point of polythene is 115 to 135 degrees Celsius, and in Fahrenheit scale, it is 239 to 275, and in Kelvin scale, 388 to 408 Kelvin. And density of this polythene. You know that what is the density? How we are going to define density? Mass per volume, right? So here I will write what we discussed. PVC is what? It is polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride and polythene. The polythene density is of about very low density, 0.882 to 0.96 gram per cubic centimeter. Gram per cubic centimeter. Very low density. Polythene have very low density. Yeah, very low density. That's the reason the strain, and here weight is also very lightweight. The polythene bags. That's the reason we are using, and even the more containers to preserve some grains and all those things. We are using this plastic bottles for water, and for milk also pouches are there getting the plastic pouches like that. So like this, we are very addicted to this. We are for everything, whatever we are going to buy from the market, we have the using these plastic polythene bags. The reason behind durability, the strength, and easily uh, carrying, right? Easily carrying. So the no strength. Okay, now I'm going to represent you the PDF. We'll go to that and we'll solve exercise. Okay. Is the types of synthetic fibers rayon and nylon, and polyester and acrylic we discussed. Now plastics is here. The different article. Plastic is also a polymer like the synthetic fiber. How these synthetic fibers are polymers. The same way here, plastic is also a polymer. Okay. All plastics do not have the same type of arrangement of units. And here, this arrangement of units is different. In some, they are linear. Linear means they continuous in a straight line. And some are in cross link also. Their arrangement of units are not similar of all the particles of arrangement of those particles. All articles, whatever we consider, all types of plastics don't have a similar structure of units. Some are linear and some are cross-linked. And plastic articles are available in all possible shapes and sizes. Because the reason is what? These are easily moldable. Okay, these are easily moldable and can be shaped in any form. Plastic can be recycled, it can be reused and colored, can be melted and can be used as rolled sheet or like a wire. Okay, like this, it has the nature, can be mold, it can be take any shape which shape and which size we want. It can be used in that shape and size. Okay. Then polythene, I told you, it is a best example for the plastic and it is used for making, commonly we used to say that polythene bags. What is different colors we can observe in a polythene bag because those articles are recycled. And yesterday I told you that there will be a symbol like a triangle, arrow mark, three arrow marks, and inside that three arrow marks, there will be written some numbers will be there, like if it is. So it indicates how many times, if it is four, it indicates 4 times that article is recycled, that plastic is recycled. That represents how many number of times that plastic is recycled. So here, this plastic is easily recycled. Then, now we observe some plastic articles can be easily bent, but some are very hard. Even we have seen that some particles are very soft, the plastic particles, and some are very hard. And one more nature this plastic has. If we heat and mold it in any shape, those are called thermoplastic. And once they are heated, and they are not going to be soft, and those are thermosetting plastic. Okay, look at here now. Hot water plastic for it gets deformed. Some plastic, you can take it. If you put any hot water or anything, it will bend because those plastics are very soft. They are going to deform their shapes. They are going to easily deform it. Some amount of heat is given to those plastic articles. They are going to deform their shapes. That what those plastics we used to say that thermoplastics. The plastic which get deformed easily on heating. The plastic at which deform easily on heating. Those are called thermoplastic. So here thermoplastic, plastic which get plastics which gets deformed easily on heating, and can be bent easily, can be bent easily, are known as thermoplastics. Thermoplastics. Plastic which deform easily on heating can be easily bent also. Those are known as thermoplastics. Okay. Then another, on the other hand, there are some plastic which when molded once cannot be softened by heating. Once they have deformed and they have molded in any of the shapes, if again heat is given to those plastic, they can't get it back to the soften. Okay? Such type of plastics are known as thermosetting plastic. What is thermosetting plastic? Plastic which when molded once, and if again the heat is given to those, they are not easily going to soften. Such plastics are called thermosetting plastic. Just statement: plastics which when molded once cannot be softened, by heating, are known as thermosetting plastic. Are known as thermosetting plastic. Example for thermosetting are bakelite and melamine. Okay, let us consider here the two examples are for thermosetting plastics are bakelite and melamine. Example: bakelite Bakelite and melamine. So these two are the examples for thermosetting plastics. And here, these are used for bakelite is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. It is used for making electric switches, handles of various utensils. It resists fire and can tolerate heat better than other plastics. And therefore, it is used for making one more. This one is the which one plastic? That is melamine. It is used for, and here it is a fire resistive. Therefore, it is used for floor tiles and kitchenwares and fabrics which resist fire. Okay. These two are melamine as well as bakelite. Bakelite is for it is a bad conductor of electricity as well as heat. Bad conductor, poor conductor of electricity and heat. Therefore, they are using for electric switches and handles of various utensils. Whereas melamine is versatile in its nature for making the floor tile. So it is not reactive for both fire as well as uh, it resists that tolerance is more. Okay, tolerance of what? Tolerance of fire or heat. Then the plastic as a material of choice. What it means? The plastic as a material of choice. So today, the storing of food, even we are going to store some food grains, okay, and even some eating edible things also we are preserving in some plastic because we have more addicted or we are comfortable with those plastic materials, right? Here, today we think strong storing a food item, water, milk, pickles, and dry fruits, etc. Even plastic containers seem most convenient. You see that in our kitchen, there are different size of plastic containers. Right? The reason behind this, wow, what is the reason behind this? The reason behind this, why we are using more plastic containers and more plastic bottles and bottle for water, for milk, that because of their lightweight, their lower price, and good strength and easy handling. We always be human beings and say in the field and which is very convenient and which is very easy. That children the children also finding such shortcut method. All human beings we try to get shortcut methods, right? Where if I go in this way, where I can reach easily, right? Almost all our mindset, even all of our mindset is what shortcuts. Which one is convenient? We all feel to be this. It should be convenient to me so that I must be comfortable with those things. Shortcut. In the same way, here also, even we know that plastic is non-degradable. It takes a very long years, 1,000 years together if it get to decompose. But it is not at all possible for the degradable. Okay, it is not eco-friendly. Plastic is not eco-friendly. Even though we are using, reason behind this is only one thing. It is easy to handle, lightweight, and lower price. Right? This is the reason we are addicted with the plastic containers. And then, being lighter as compared to metals, plastics are used in cars, aircrafts, and spacecrafts too. The list is endless if we start counting articles like slippers, furniture, decoration pieces, etc. Right? So now, what are these characters then? Everywhere we are using this plastic in one or the other form, right? Their durability, their strength, and easily available because it is recycling. Okay, that's the reason we are using in a different articles. We are using in a different fields. Now, what are the characteristics of this plastic? The first character, these are non-reactive. Plastics are non-reactive. Here, exam metal, we know that if any iron metal articles are there, after certain for a moist air during this rainy season and winter season, if moist air means water as well as air is present, those articles they start rusting. Okay, so iron metals start rusting and again for 10 years after deriving their strength, we used to paint it. These are difficulties so that human beings thinks that okay, instead of doing which one is easily available, if this is get destroyed or something is happened, okay, throw it and get it new one. But for iron metal, metallic any utensils are there or anything, they start rusting. We have to take care of that rust. Okay. Same way here, the first property of this plastic is non-reactive. Okay, so non-reactive metal like iron get rusted when left exposed to moisture and air, but plastic not react with water and air. They are not corroded also. Corrosion is will not take place to the plastic, right? How in iron metal rust will we are going to find, and if you take a brass, you can observe that green color substance is going to form around the surface of that copper, right? So that the copper metal is also reacting to the moisture, water, as well as air. That's the reason here plastic is not corroded. Plastic doesn't get any corrosion effect. Okay, that's the reason it is non-reactive. Then plastic is light, strong, and durable. Okay. So here, what is the material of the bucket and mug? We can see that in our home, so many plastic articles we are using. They are more strong as well as lightweight, not more weight also, and durability is also better, right? So here, since plastic is very light, strong, durable, and can be molded into different shapes and sizes, it is used for various purposes. Plastics are generally cheaper than metals. They are widely used in industry and for household articles. Here, some list is given in this lesson, whereas the poor conduct these are the some articles are there, some waste materials which how much time they are going to take for the degrading. Before that, we'll see how plastics are poor conductor. We all have come across some electrician wires and switches. Those are covered by some plastic articles because they are poor conductor of electricity and also poor conductor of heat. You might have seen in your kitchen the cooker and some pan, the handles. You might have seen those handles, right? And even that iron box, the upper handle. Those all are made up of this plastic because they are poor conductor as well as poor conductor of electricity as well as a poor conductor of heat. So here, the plastics are poor conductor of heat and electricity. That's why electric wires have plastic covering and handles of screwdrivers are are made of plastic. As mentioned above, handles of frying pans and also made of plastic. Just we discussed that even cooker handles and any frying pans, if you consider, and the tawa, okay, all those pans, all pans, they whatever the handles they are going to observe, those all are made up of this plastic. The reason behind that is they are poor conductor of electricity as well as poor conductor of heat. Then plastic and the environment. So here some more important notes are there. Plastic find extensive use in the healthcare industry. Some example of their use are the packaging of tablets, threads used for stitching wounds, and syringes, doctors' gloves, and a number of medical instruments. We are seeing that the plastic, again, where we can find this plastic usage, even in medical also, hospitals, gloves, okay, and those syringes and tablets covering. There also we are using this plastic. And some special plastic cookerware is used in microwave ovens for cooking food. In microwave oven, the heat cooks the food but doesn't affect the plastic vessel. Here I have given you the melting point of polythene plastic. Okay. So here that material which is we are using, that is Teflon, is a special plastic on which oil and water do not stick. What we used to say that like non-stick pans, non-stick cookware, non-stick utensils. Those are what those are made up of Teflon plastic. That Teflon plastic is non-reactive for oil as well as water. Those are non-stick cooking utensils. And now we'll go to that plastic and the environment. We know that the plastic is not just biodegradable, it is not just eco-friendly. But here some materials are classified as biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Biodegradable means what? Material which decompose through natural processes. Material which decompose through natural processes, those are called biodegradable substances. With the help of some bacteria, we know that if any waste is there, our kitchen waste, as well as some papers or any leaves, the fallen leaves, fruits, these all what we used to say that biodegradable waste, because by natural process, with the help of those decomposing bacteria, saprotrophs, these are helping to degrade that decompose those substances. That's the reason those are called biodegradable substances. Okay. And some materials which does not decompose by natural process is termed as non-degradable. So here the list are given in your textbook, the types of waste and approximate time taken to generate or degradable and nature of material. So one of them, the peels of vegetable and fruits and leftover foodstuffs. All these are maximum time it takes 1 to 2 weeks, and it is biodegradable waste, and these are biodegradable waste. And paper is also biodegradable, and here it takes approximately 10 to 30 days. And cotton cloth, you know that cotton is a natural fiber, so here it is also biodegradable and it takes time 2 to 5 months. Wood, 10 to 15 years, it is also biodegradable. And woolen clothes, about a year, and it is also biodegradable. Tin, aluminium, and other metal cans. Okay, we have seen that some tins and other cans we are using, which are made up of some metals. Those take about 100 to 500 years, and these are non-biodegradable. Okay, they are not going to decompose completely with the help of natural process. Later, they are going to process for the chemicals are going to introduce. Then it is going to take too much time, right? 100 to 500 years. Then plastic bags. These are several years. Can't imagine how much years that plastic is going to live. But these are not degradable. They are not biodegradable. Biodegradable means what? They should decompose with the natural processes. By using those decomposing bacteria, they are going to decay that substance and it is going to degenerate or degrade. Such materials would be used to say that biodegradable, which are not degrading naturally, those are called non-biodegradable. Okay. So here it completes your synthetic fibers and plastics. Okay, now we'll move to the exercise. So here, look at that. Explain why some fibers are called synthetic. Because man-made and artificial fibers used to say synthetic. Then mark correct answer. We have to mark right mark where the sentence, if the sentence is correct, and fill in the blanks are there. So exercise will discuss in the next class.